It's just as good as anything I'd probably build.
We can make better.
I should take the schematics off and then make solid stainless steel bits to go with them.
And it would suit the podcast mentality. Like, really, that's what that is. That's fucking Limbah. We've got a little fucking, look at this trinket over here. We've got the fucking...
So all I gotta do is bring a regulator home on a weekend, and I'm thinking we should use this top, stainless steel frame, hole in the middle with a trough for ice and drinks.
Yeah. That would be a nice little fucking mod. And quite simple.
I could even actually just leave this table as it is and just put the trough in that table.
Just zip, pop that bed out, slide that bed in. Let's do it. Put like a...
That's even easier because I can just do the trough at work, come over here on a weekend, cut it out and put it in.
And then if the trough is removable, we can just remove the trough, tip the water out.
That's why you keep your bit of timber so you can slot it back in.
Whistle. We're deep in the thistle.
My dad made his, the outdoor table at his place?
Yeah, that was that's a good table, eh?
Dad, Brett made the frame for that, and then Dad did all the timber work on it. So he's restained that like 3 times. But yeah, he made his timber bit so it fits inside the trough so he doesn't have to pull the trough out. So it fits inside the trough with the trough still sitting in there. And then it has like a little pop-up latch. You pull a bit of timber out.
It's a fucking good mod. And it's a simple one to do. And for family barbecues, there's nothing better than having beers at the table.
That's a good idea. When Dad told me he was doing it. And then since then, I've noticed it not much, but I've noticed it a couple times, and other people have the same idea.
Gets around. Pinterest.
I'm surprised it's not commercially. I've never seen it on a commercial table. It'd be a mad idea on an outdoor setting, and I'm sure you could do it cheap. Flat pack fucking Kmart shit. I'm sure you could incorporate it somewhere in that.
Maybe we might make some and sell them on the website once the website is fully up and running.
One thing I was thinking about, which I think you'll think is a good idea, so it will probably happen. This is not official announcement, but it probably happened. I'll build a fucking bar.
Build a bar.
Put the TDK logo on it. Whatever, and fucking we'll do a giveaway. Like, share, tag friends. We'll do a giveaway. We'll take a photo of it on our page and then fucking post it. You gotta like it, share it, comment, tag 2 friends. And then, you'll go into a draw. But not official yet.
That's in the pipeline though. So you just fucking sit and wait and you watch this episode and you think about what the future could look like.
Because I've got some material at home. I just need to bring a regulator home from work and a gas bottle.
Reggae and a gas, and you listen to a bit of fucking... What would you listen to while you're doing that?
Oh, I'd be a good mix.
Put on a good mix?
It'd be probably lately it's been starting with Johnny Cash and then works its way through to any genre you could think of. Rap, fucking... Aussie chick rap, Aussie chick rock.
The good shit.
And then, just all sorts of shit, man. I listen to a lot of different stuff. Not necessarily different, but I change genres on a dime, and I can go from heavy metal to country and or heavy metal to rap. I don't care. If I like the song, then I like the song.
And that's how it should be. I don't really get when people go like, I only listen to this and fuck everything else. It's like, you're missing out on so much.
And like some like heavy metal like is a wide term, but like there's so many sub-genres in that. Whereas like you'll say something, oh, I listen to country, and I hate country.
Ugh.
It's like, well, what part of country do you hate? Because there's so much shit that I hate in the that's counted as a country genre that I don't even think is country.
You struggle to call it that. It's like,
I was like, so what do you really hate? Because half the shit in the country genre is pop.
yeah, and that's a whole thing. And hey, they're all perfectly good songs, and they're making the people who are doing it money. And I find that a lot of weed cultures come into country music.
Whatever floats your boat. Like everyone's got what they like, but I don't think you should hate any genre completely.
Why?
I think there's always something you can find within a genre.
Like, why would you? Who's gonna like? Can you really pick on
stuff
bluegrass?
You don't like. You have stuff you don't like.
You don't vibe with it.
Like I don't vibe with country that I fucking used to listen to. Like stuff that's just straight cliche. Repeat fucking the same cliches constantly and fucking... Yeah, I can't deal with that anymore. That's half the reason why I'm like, Luke Combs is good, but I get sick of it because he's one of those... He's like an Alan Jackson. He's a cliche country fucking song... country artist. Which isn't a bad thing. It's like the roots of country, but like it just gets old.
Especially if you're listening to it, and then you'll find people will take that thing.
I much prefer like a story.
Yeah.
They tell me a story for a song. Fuck.
Sturgill Simpson's new album, the whole fucking thing through, is one big long story. You can vibe with like party country on the piss and whatnot, but if you're just listening to that day to day, it's like, how many times can I hear some cunt sing about a tailgate before I go, well, I'm over fucking
like,
tailgates, man.
There's even stuff like that we used to listen to in the car all the time. And now I'm like, fuck me. It's so like... I don't know if it's just because fucking Tyler Chills and Sturgill Simpson and Chris Stapleton and Cody Jinks and all the likes of these guys, but I don't know if it's because of them, because I found them, or because we found them, that I've maybe become a bit of a country snob.
I don't see it as snob.
Can't every now and again I'll get like the urge to fucking listen to some of the old stuff I listen to, but like even like Trace Atkins and Toby Keith, I can listen to it and I will listen to it, but it's not as fun as what it used to be because it's the same thing over and over. Like, you know the old saying, fucking country music is just about women, dogs, and trucks. It gets like that.
But now it's tailgates, poon.
Yeah,
things along those lines. It's his birthday. It's
Prefer
his
the
birthday.
story. I just prefer the story, you know.
Yeah, and I think, and this is with this generation.
And maybe it's getting a bit older too. That I'm just getting sick of the same fucking. I swim in a creek, fucking drink beer and walk my dog.
And that's cool if you do that and you want to write songs about that, but it's always. I think it always comes back to a money thing and also fucking music grow, man.
I'll still go back and listen to some Alan Jackson every now and then, but it's knowing like Alan Jackson used to be an everyday thing to me, and now I'm like, it's so cliche.
Yeah, I get it, man. And with your Coulter Walls, your Sturgills, your Tyler Childers, I think they're the fucking current outlaws because they're like...
They are. Nashville's trying to call them Americana.
You can't.
And they're like, fuck yous, we're real country.
We're making bluegrass music. We're making fucking, songs that we like.
Cody Jinks is one of the biggest cunts fighting with Nashville.
And he will get... And look, it creates division, but at the same time, it's just a man trying to fucking just express himself. So who are you to fucking judge?
And
why does he have to
conform? Who are you
conform?
to tell him what the genre of his own music is?
You can't. You can't pin any artist down into one thing.
And you can't
unless they do that themselves.
You can't just, because people come out and start singing the way people used to, like, you listen to real, like, old country music and it's storytelling like these blokes are doing. It might not be as upbeat, but it's storytelling like these blokes are doing. These blokes come out and start doing what the old timers were doing and are successful at it and are fucking selling shit tons of albums, and you go, oh no, that's a different genre. But you're gonna let every fucking poppy, like, there's songs in the country charts that are more pop than they are fucking country.
I have a big problem with Sam Hunt being called country.
I have a big problem with Taylor Swift being called country. Not her first ever album of her whole entire life. That was country. But after that, it's not.
Precisely.
And just because she's from the country doesn't give her the right to be in the country charts.
If it sounds like a duck and walks like a duck, then it's probably pop music. That's all I'm saying.
And I don't hate all pop music. Like,
you can't.
There's stuff that
it's good.
It's catchy.
Yeah.
But like, there's
I dance in the car to do a Limbah sometimes. As a bloke, I will admit that.
Just don't fucking call it what it's not.
Yeah, you can't rope it into.
And why would you? Yeah. Pop's a fucking bigger, broader fucking genre than country. Sells better than country. Why would you try and be country pop? Just fucking be what you are and be pop.
Well, you gotta fucking... and this comes down to the artist as well, for sure.
Florida Georgia Line is the only one that actually still... They actually mix it. But, like, there's so many others where it's just like, this is a pop song.
Body like a back road. No, that's everything about that song. I don't care about lyrical content. The sound, the structure, and everything about that song is fucking pop. You can't call it country. Though. It's a good song. But it's catchy.
It's not country.
No. So, It comes down to the artist, and if you feel what you're feeling and you're making that sound, you're putting that out there, you gotta like Mario Judah, you gotta fucking create your own genre to really, like, be your fucking self. Don't conform to what someone else is doing because of money. And you get a lot of that, and we've never been to fucking Nashville, but I imagine there's fuck tons of people there, and they're all trying to make the bag.
Well, isn't it like a city now?
It's a fucking big city. They reckon it's new LA, and
fuck,
we have no idea about that because we're from a small town of fucking 3,000.
Pardon me.
Here in Limbah, population 3,562 or some shit like that. Shout out to all you.
Last time you drove past the sign was that?
I looked it up once because I don't remember who I was telling. It's like the population's like, I don't know, handful.
Handful? Well, you know everyone.
Yeah.
Like, well, anyone who's got property,
Or if you went to school with them, you're like, yeah, they're from Limbah, and we did our school together and stuff.
Jordan's mate Whippy actually knows you. Well, doesn't know you, but knows you from Limbah Primary.
Yeah. There's little things like that that'll link up, and you'll see people and you'll be, oh, fuck, they went to a Limbah school.
Yeah. Same with this young cunt from my work. Knows you from Limbah Primary. He was like, I used to be like the only year 4 cunt that would be out there playing fucking footy with the year 7s. I was like,
oosh. Yeah. Shout out to you.
I dropped me lighter, but I'll get it later.
Like and subscribe to the podcast while you're at it. Shout out to you.
Yeah, no, he's a bit... Needs to watch who he's hanging with. And I think maybe needs to straighten himself up a little bit, but... He's going good at work and he goes all right. So
you get some people like that though, right? Like you need to find your own limits.
Some people seem like they can function doing it, and it's like fucking, how are you doing that?
But I reckon, really, I've been thinking about this a lot. This is what your 20s is for, is just finding what, like, your limits, and then knowing what's not enough and what's too much. Like, we can't drink moonshine every day. That's too much.
I don't know, but like, for me, I don't explore that much drugs-wise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I don't want to, because it sort of scares me. But like, whereas if it comes to like a dangerous situation, I don't give a fuck. Put me in a dangerous situation, I'll sort it out. I'll figure it out. I'll come out with some sort of outcome.
Yeah, hypothetical. Brown snake is aggressive in season. It's snake season, by the way, viewers. Right fucking there where the camera is.
Oh, it's inside.
What do you do? We're indoors as well.
Inside, first thing I do is tell you not to move, and then
because I would freak out.
And then no, just anyone. I would tell everyone not to move. If there was anyone else in here, the first thing I'd say would be not to move, which is the go-to thing. Everyone should know that anyway. And then I would not move myself for a little while, assess the situation, see what he's doing, and then if I got an opportunity, I personally do not like fucking dealing with venomous snakes. Like, I'd much rather just fuck with a python, call it a day. But
carpet snake, green tree
but
snake.
If it was in your house, and yeah, I would probably wait for an opportunity. Whoever was available to get some sort of bag or sleeping bag or fucking pillowcase, whatever. I'd get them to fucking either, if they were capable of opening it and holding it, I'd get them to do that. If they weren't, I'd get them to pass it to me. And then once I have an available bag, I would then attempt to pick up the snake and get it into the bag quickly as possible. And then let it go outside. But yeah, venomous snakes aren't a good idea. In a perfect situation, and like if it wasn't like right in the middle out in the open. See, if it's right there, we can't really even get out of the room. That's not a good situation. But like if it was, say, in your lounge room and no one's in there, I would say I wouldn't fuck with it. I would say I'll keep an eye on it. Call snake catcher.
Yeah.
Because venomous snakes aren't something, and they're a different animal, man. Like, they're not. Carpet pythons are calm as fuck, man.
Oh yeah.
I've freehandled almost like.
It's on the TDK Instagram.
If it's being aggressive, I'll pick it up by just behind its head at first to avoid getting bitten, because it's not fun.
Oh, it would hurt like fuck, but it's not going to kill you.
It does. But usually, once you've got them, they'll realise pretty quick that you're not trying to hurt them. And I've free-handled nearly every python that I've caught. And by free-handle, I mean not holding its head, just letting it do its thing through my hands.
Which is kind of
I caught a snake at my parents' place that I literally put on my shoulders.
Fuck yeah.
I did fucking, like, do not do that.
Yeah, but kids listening, don't do that.
I know, well, I don't know every snake either. If I don't know what I'm looking at, I won't touch it.
That's a smart idea as well, for sure.
And if I know it's venomous, I usually will not touch it unless, like, you put a hypothetical situation where we couldn't even get out of the room. So I'd probably try to there. But if I know it's venomous, I usually won't even try to do anything. If it's outside, there's no need. It'll probably piss off on its own. But yeah, carpet pythons are good, and that doesn't mean that they won't tag you though. They can be aggressive.
They can get aggressive
different times of the year. If you piss it off, it'll get aggressive. But
if it's on the hunt, I found
majority of the time, once you've got them picked up and they realise, oh, he's not trying to actually do anything to me, they calm right the fuck down.
On a full belly, you can fucking do whatever you want with that snake. Like that one that I roped with one of Dad's ropes after it fucking took out a chook. Hilarious. Whoever's got footage of that, send it to me. You know, we handled that snake. We put it in the feed bag. We took it down in the bush, released it. All was fine. Just ate a chook.
He was probably only as big as the one I caught here.
Yeah. That one was a bit weird though, because we had to, pour some water down into the pipe to get him to move, because he just wouldn't move, which that would have pissed him off a little bit.
What happened was Ryan come out the house and it was about a 2 metre python, about probably about 2.2, 2.3 metre python, sitting just outside near his fucking clothesline, near his patio area. He's got a little miniature fox here. This thing's more than capable of eating that.
Well, we had a cat.
He had a cat too.
And we thought that it ate the cat because it had the big lump in it and the cat was gone.
Yeah, and that lump was... I suspected on the day. I didn't say nothing to you because I was like, if he wants to believe it's his cat, he can believe that. But on the day, I was pretty like, yeah, that's a big rat. It just didn't look big enough to be the cat. Because I didn't know how big your cat was either, so I didn't want to lead you astray. And yeah, he was just fucking... Yeah, by the time Ryan come to pick me up, I got a voice message from Ryan saying, "Snake, big one." Then he said something else, but I can't remember. But over with snake, big one. I just walked outside.
Pretty much what that meant was, I'm not fucking with it. I need you right now because you're experienced with this shit.
And I just finished work too. Like, I just walked in the door. And then, yeah, I said, well, I can't get there. If you need me, come get me. If you can get someone to keep an eye on it, keep an eye on it. But didn't have anyone available. So he come and got me. And we got back. Oh, fuck, we can't find the snake. Anyway, it was searching for a little bit of a pile, a little bit of a trash pile in his yard. And, yeah, found him curled up in a bit of PVC piping. He's in the house yard though, so it's perfectly legal for him to be moved away. And yeah, so we ended up tipping some water down the I tried just like tapping the pipe. I didn't want to get too aggressive with it because I didn't want to cause him any stress. And
he was kind of curled up in there too, and it was crazy to see how much they can fucking compress themselves to get in the spaces.
And even I didn't realise how big he was until he started coming out. But yeah, we ended up tipping some water down there, and he decided to come out. His tail flopped out, and I grabbed his tail, and I was just letting him come out himself. I didn't want to pull him too much. But man, he just kept coming. I didn't think he was going to be that big. And it's not that I don't trust you or anything like that. Everyone exaggerates snake size.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like fucking when people say, oh, yeah, I got a floodie this big.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking big fish, man. You held it closer to the camera. I see what you fucking do.
Like, it's even like that Sunshine Coast snake catchers. When he did that video about snakes being under the bin, did you see that one? That was a 3 metre python.
They can compress. They can fill space really well.
And he was like, when he got there, and he got everything ready to do this video about the little gap underneath your bin, and once you get under, the gap to get in there is only about that big. But once you get underneath there's about a gap this big, and it's about as wide as your whole bin. And friggin', yeah, he was doing this video about how you'd be surprised the size of the snake they can get under here. He lifts up the bin, he's like, holy shit! He's like, I didn't think it was going to be that big. And she's like, the woman's like, I told you it was bloody big. And he's like, yeah, most people are wrong. That's bloody big. And yeah, it was like 3 meter carpet python, and he was like that fat, like good snake. But yeah, and even that one I caught that day here that we were talking about, when I got him out of the pipe, he was fucking pretty calm. He turned around on me, scared me a little bit, and I dropped his head back down, just because he didn't even actually try to get me. I overreacted. Scared me a little bit, so I dropped his head back down. And then, yeah, picked him up, took him over the esky. Put him in the esky. The esky ride pissed him off, because when we got to the spot to release him,
he was fucking pissed.
Not angry. It was probably a she, actually. But it was not happy when we opened up the esky again.
Like, straight away was trying to strike, and we were like, understandable.
And this is like decent size esky.
Short drive too. Short drive into the forestry from here. From
this property, yeah. This esky's probably like
it was 55 litre.
But it's a tall 55 litre esky. It's different dimensions to a standard. From what I could see, it's like about that tall. You reckon?
Yeah.
And it was striking. Its strike was higher than that esky. But I ended up having to use a snake hook to get it out of the esky, which is just a bit of alley that I bent into a snake hook.
Which you can see on the, it's on the Instagram.
But then remember that? Even once I got him out of the esky there, once I got him out, as soon as I got him out of the esky, I dropped the snake hook because it actually got tangled up in me way a bit. And I just dropped it, and I just held him in 2 hands, and he was fine. As soon as I got him out of it, he calmed down straight away. He didn't feel threatened anymore.
When you put him in the long grass, he just cruised off too.
Like, oh yeah, he was calm as anything, man. His tail was down in my shirt. The little, like about that much of his tail was down in when I was holding him out like that. And his head was off that way. His fucking tail was down in my shirt. Like down here. It was cool. It was one of the coolest experiences I've had with a snake.
We've had some crazy
ones.
But
that's what I mean. They can when they feel threatened, they're gonna be aggressive. When they don't feel threatened, if you can show a snake that's not in danger, it will calm the fuck down. But it's a lot easier with a snake like python species are usually a lot more calmer than say a venomous brown snake or a red belly or anything like that. Usually, they're not aggressive snakes either, but they react
different.
They react on movement, and then if they feel scared or
they'll cruise off.
In any danger, if they feel the need to protect themselves, they'll strike. It's the only thing they got. It's not that they're going around trying to go, oh, fucking want to kill a human today.
No. They're not like that. Because I've been on bushwalks through the forestry, up the mountain and stuff.
If they can get away, they'll take it. If they've got an opportunity to get away,
we're just walking, and we're big Limbah boys, so we're just cruising,
doing the bush stomp,
and we just see this brown rope just go fuck up and cruise away because it was just sitting there on the middle of the road. And we walked towards it. Bah, 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 bah. I'm 100 kilos. He's like, I don't know, probably 87, but he's tall as me, so we're making impact. And it just cruised off. I was like, fuck, that was a fucking brown snake. That was crazy. Yeah. You get a lot of them around here.
And like, you'll get big pythons on like mountain trails that do not give a fuck about humans. They don't look at you as prey or as predator. They don't look at you as nothing. You're barely even there to them. Once a carp pythons get pretty big. I think the record's around like 5 meters or something, but there's been rumours all the time about bigger ones.
Australia Zoo's got a fucking big one, but I haven't been to Australia Zoo in ages.
A lot of people don't realise that there's these other snakes called scrub pythons up north, and they are fucking huge. they're basically the Australian equivalent to a reticulated python. A reticulated python's the longest snake in the world.
True. So they're like fucking...
Oh, they've had recorded.
What's their average size?
Oh, in captivity, from the videos and channels that I watch, the average size is probably around 20 foot.
20
I've seen plenty.
foot.
I've seen plenty on these channels around 23, 24. I think the record for them is around 30 foot. But technically they're only the longest snake in the world. Technically, the largest snake in the world is the anaconda because it outweighs it.
Yeah, they get fucking long and hefty.
Right.
Yeah. Sean Lane.
Green anaconda.
Green anacondas. Fucking snakes are weird.
They're from the Amazon, I believe. Yes.
Oh, you fucking remember when
South America.
we were on the dirt bikes the day before and we went down, did our little lap, and then we seen that fucking brown snake and we just gunned it home because we're not fucking with snakes.
When we were kids, yeah.
And then the next day when we went down with the crowbar and I fucking stabbed myself in the foot.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. If you're scared of snakes...
That's why I was telling that story to someone the other day and I couldn't remember why you had the crowbar.
Snakes.
In the first place.
We seen a snake the day before.
You seen a brown snake the day before.
I thought either like the hook bit to pick it up or the fucking chisel bit to stab the cunt.
Yeah.
If necessary.
I mean, we were kids. We probably should have just thought, let's not go near it.
Let's stay still, see what it does. If it starts, the eastern browns, they will charge at you if they find you a threat.
That's the thing as well. Like, there's so many different colour variations of every snake.
Well, even the green tree snake that was brown, I thought that was a brown snake.
Yeah. It fucking, yeah.
Similar head.
And like everyone tells you triangle head.
Nah, you can't.
Or
can't
diamond shaped head. But tree snakes.
Have the same fucking shape.
Tree snakes. Yeah. They have and pythons have a more distinct diamond head. Like, way more distinct. The diamond and triangle head that, I don't know how that started even being a thing. Because if they are talking about a diamond or triangle head, they're talking about a fucking, like that. Like, most venomous snakes, there's a lot of different shapes and sizes out there. And especially when you start looking at different countries and stuff. But most venomous snakes have a small head, sort of like comes almost to a point, but not quite, sort of rounds off at the end. And then it won't be like massive, like it won't be like this. It won't be like a python head, and it won't be like big and distinguished and bulky. It won't have a bulky head.
To me, like a python head's like kind of like that.
Yeah, like it won't have a buffy head. If it's venomous, it'll have a small head and you'll see two pits at the top.
And that means
the pits,
danger rope. The
pits at the top don't stick out like this. They're too little, and sometimes they're not very distinguishable. Sometimes they're hard to notice. But they sort of just like that at the top of the head.
Good little telltale sign. Look into it. If you're local around here, you already fucking know what's going on.
Right.
It is snake season.
I've definitely recommend, if you don't know what you're looking at, don't touch it. If you don't know what you're looking at, don't kill it. I can understand situations as people with small animals and small children that they got to protect and they don't have time to wait
first.
Yeah, I can understand that, and there's always situations where sometimes it is that was your option. Imagine a snake being fucking under the pool table in the bar area, fucking starts slithering through everyone. Everyone's panicking, full house party.
Fuck.
Your dad's just gonna put an end to it. It's not going to be any fucking, hey, hold up, fucking... No, we're just going to put an end to this. And I can understand that. But I recommend, if you've got the time to think, call a snake catcher. Get a second opinion.
Get a professional on the job. Shout out to Sunny Coast Snake Catcher.
And if you've got a snake in your yard that's just posted chilling out, just take a photo of him. There's heaps of qualified snake catch pages that only let snake catchers comment. Only licensed snake, like there's the same with doctor pages where only doctors can comment. It's the same thing, but for snake ID. And there's heaps of pages that you can take a photo of a snake and be like, what's this? And only licensed snake professionals, catchers, or zoologists will comment back.
Fucking oath.
You know, just if you've got a chance and a moment to think, and you know, there's plenty of options.
But yeah, halftime hooter.
Yeah, I don't even know what got us onto all those snakes.
But that was sick. All right, halftime.
Well, I liked how you fucking put transgender flathead in the title of our last podcast. That was good.
They are. The one today was just turned female, 55 centimeter.
Yeah.
Just. Because when I was cleaning it, and there will be the video coming out eventually of the flatty catch and cook up. Preparation.
Do a full fucking full fillet video.
Fillet?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Oh, is it? Yes. Yeah.
So when we got back from being out today, I did like a hair cut down pectoral fin, follow the backbone, like Sharpie knife. Easier it is gonna get through those fucking rib bones.
So you cut through the rib bones?
Like I kind of just like work my knife like bop, and I'll pop eventually.
Yeah. No, because there is a method. I don't use it. I cut through the rib bones as well. But there is a method that people use where you keep the rib bones on the frame.
I'm not that advanced.
No, I don't want to do it either. My dad does it, and he's not like my dad. Him and his brothers caught a lot of fish growing up, but my dad, him himself will say he's not very experienced fielding, but he knows his technique, and that's just what he knows, so he does it.
You only know what you know, and until you explore that field a lot. Because what I do usually with a flatty is I rip the guts out and the gills, and I cook at the cut.
Oh,
cooking whole.
Yeah, that's your favourite way.
And if you've seen the video, there'll be a link in the description for it.
That was really, we should have had that fire going.
We should have had that fucking fire roaring. It should be a fucking big fire, but
it doesn't really. It's not the fire that needs to be. It's the coals. We needed another couple of hours on that fire to have good coals to cook it in the time that we tried to cook it in.
But hey, in between that time, there is also a good podcast that we did, which will also be in the description of this.
Because I've listened to that one myself, just doing a bit of recon on what I could do better. But yeah, I listened to that one, and I was surprised that those lapel mics did all right.
They held out. They're holding their value. Like they're not fucking blowing the custard. The top of the
That's
custard.
what I mean, because they're not expensive ones or anything like that, but they
did their job.
Yeah,
and sometimes that's all you need to do is just do your fucking job.
That's right.
Do it as best you can. Uber drivers, if you're tired, go home, sleep. Have a quick wet in the shower. Quick wet. PTA, pits, tits, ass. If you're female, well, with boys, it's like just wash your balls. And then lie down and fucking get some rest. Because 1/3 of your life is sleeping. If you haven't realised that by now. But you sleep every fucking day. And if you don't, you go crazy and you die.
Yeah, you need some sleep in your life.
Dude, like
I've been getting like 4 hours a night lately.
have you been struggling mentally the next day?
Not mentally, but like
Fatigue wise, like tiredness.
I've been fatigued, yeah.
Yeah. See, I think the sleep will
But
help
I think
the next day.
that's not necessarily due to workload or anything like that. I just haven't fucking... It's my own fault. I haven't been going to bed early enough. Like last night I went to bed, we got to bed early, and I woke up better this morning than I have in fucking like 2 weeks. Just because I fucking actually
got those certain
stuck
hours.
to it and went to bed, you know. Every other night I've been going to bed at like 11 by the time like I've said before, by the time we finish giving each other a back rub, we're fucking 12 o'clock. Got to get up at fucking 4:30.
Yeah, that's where it gets rough. But hey, like, there's people out there doing that. Respect to you, that's the Lord's work.
That's what I mean, like back in the day when me and Brett were fucking doing 2 hours overtime in the morning, just gets fucking 2 hours overtime in the morning, 2 hours in the arvo. And you've probably done 12-hour days concreting before, like it's a long fucking thing, you know. And like while you're doing it, you don't necessarily seem too bad, but like
you're rooted by the time you realise what you've done.
It shows at certain times, like when you're trying to wake up in the morning, like, or when you're fucking falling asleep while you're driving. You know,
that's happened to me a couple of times.
Shows, you know.
Like there was once at the front of fucking showgrounds down here where like I literally nodded off and went through a red light, didn't get hit, and then I woke up on the other side of the red light and went, holy fuck. Because I heard horns and shit as I've passed. Like I've just come up doing 60, nodded off.
Holy fuck.
But I think that was like the whole thing that I went through at that time. Just like, you can't concrete 5-6 days a week and expect to train jiu-jitsu 5-6 days a week at the same time. Because you just redline your fucking body and then you're constantly just exhausted. And you get to that point, then you're falling asleep at the lights. Like, I could have fucking crashed that day and died. A lot of people have. So get your fucking rest in. Get some rest.
Yeah.
But work hard.
See, I'm not driving, so I don't have to worry about that.
You will soon.
Soon.
So, especially if you get that fucking... If you get Nonnor's Pooey...
Oh,
you get Nonnor's
Pooey.
Pooey.
Do you have any idea what he wants for us?
Sweet. No.
We're going to talk to him this weekend, I reckon. This weekend I'm going to talk to him about it.
We get your forward drive. We'll start doing rig rundowns on TDK.collective's Instagram. Send in your rig that you're fucking riding. Send in your rig that you're fishing with.
Get an idea of what he wants for it, I reckon.
No. It's down the line, but we'll work it out. We'll get you a fucking four-wheel drive and your driver's license. And then, world's your oyster, man. We can go boat ramp to boat ramp, boat ramp to boat ramp. You want to Barumba. You want to go fucking
mate. I'll be everywhere.
North. We can't go south because New South Wales doesn't have the shit together. I'm never going to Melbourne at this point.
You know, when I fucking, like, get me long service and shit and go over to WA, I'm going to fucking... I ain't flying. I'm driving. And it's not like I will fly. I'm not scared of flying. I just want to drive and see the country.
You see a lot more from down there than you do up there.
Like, it'd be a great view up there, but it's not the same as fucking traveling.
You don't experience it.
Yeah, it's not the same as being there.
You experience, like, a flight from here to Sydney is a tube of farts for 2 hours, and you look outside, oh, that's cool.
I've never been the tube of farts, though.
You never been on a plane? It's a fucking... Fun going up, uncomfortable the whole way. Fun going down, tube of farts.
No, but see, like, yeah, I was going to have to... My first time would have been this year when I was meant to go to WA for a holiday. But they were cancelled, and I would have had to get on two planes.
Yeah, because they do some plane. Look, I had to get on one to Sydney, one to Canberra when I went on ski.
But this was like a little plane.
Oh.
Like, you get on the big plane to go to fucking WA and you come in at fucking the main place, Darwin or whatever.
Perth,
That's it. And yeah, then we were getting on a fucking little plane to take us down to Tom Price. We were getting on a little plane to take us down to Tom Price after we landed in Darwin. But, yeah, it got cancelled, but... Yeah, same thing. Different areas, same thing. Nah, yeah, Perth, sorry. I'm a bit skied.
It's all fucking red dirt once you get between those two places.
In between it is. But, yeah, then we were getting on a little plane, but... So, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous about the little plane, but... I was still, like, I wasn't ever gonna not do it.
Half an edible or 2 beers and you'll be fine.
Like I've said, man, like... I've said in the past when I was young, I've said that I don't fear, like I don't have any fears. And I don't have any, like, phobias or anything like that. That is true, but... It's not that I don't get scared or I don't feel fear. It's that I don't, like, I'll push myself through it. I don't let it stop me.
Like, you've never experienced something where you're like...
No.
It's always like... Yeah.
Oh, not necessarily like... Not necessarily like... Yeah. Like, it's not always like, let's fucking go. Like, it sometimes it does take a little bit to be like, alright, I'm going to do it. But, yeah, I've always, like...
Your fear turns into adrenaline, I think.
Yeah. I will make it happen. I'm not going to... I will get scared. Like, every time I get on that big fucking turny, spinny thing at Caboolture Show, yeah, that cunt that's fucking way up there in the air, and you can hear your fucking seat harness moving and carrying on. Have you ever been on that cunt?
I don't trust mechanics that much, man. I don't trust
Carnival mechanics.
$2, get on this.
And I don't mean Carnival the brand. No. I mean fucking like Caboolture Show and S Show and those local fucking shows at your showgrounds, at your market grounds.
Toowoomba Show.
They're fucking not safe. And I've spoken to blokes that work at my work who used to work in them, who used to be carnies, and they will tell you they're not safe. So when I'm in that fucking thing that puts you, like, it's at least like 50 foot in the air.
Oh, it sends you up. You're breathing different fucking oxygen up there.
I think it's probably more than 50 foot in the air. That thing's pretty tall.
It's fucking huge, man.
Like, it's like...
It's the long arm of Satan, and it's fucking holding you high.
How tall do you reckon that thing is?
Massive. I reckon above 30 foot easy.
I reckon it's more than 50 foot.
I might actually look that up. It probably won't get nothing.
But it's this big fucking tall spinny cunt. It's got seats on either end. It spins around. And it's fucking pretty tall. I'd probably be exaggerating, but I reckon probably around 50 foot. And yeah, it's fucking, you can hear your seat rickety fucking making noises and carrying on, and you can feel it moving, the thing that goes over the top of you. And yeah, I don't enjoy that. I'll go on it because, you know, when Frances loves that sort of shit, man. She, like...
Same with my missus.
Goes nuts on it, man.
They're like, oh, I'm like, fuck.
Like, I like, if I'm at, like, on a roller coaster or something, I enjoy that. Like, at a theme park. But, like, when I'm at a fucking carnival, it's like, I don't trust your zippy tie mechanics, cunt.
Zippy tie mechanics. That might be the name of this podcast.
Zippy tie and duct tape mechanics, man. Like, and that's literally what the bloke at work who has worked as a carny has told me. He's like, those rides are zippy tied together. He's like, not completely, but when there's something breaks, we zippy tie it.
The fucking cha-cha is just waiting to send some poor kid.
Some cunt. Imagine that, some poor kid yelling faster, faster, and he just fucking
gets fucking sent.
The whole cart just fucking flies off.
See you next life, bro.
He's just spinning down the road like a cartoon.
Oh, zippy tie mechanics. You can't trust that shit. Like, I went on the Ferris
I feel
wheel,
way
I felt like
safer.
I was gonna die.
I feel way safer at an actual theme park than it probably doesn't add up really when you think about it, but I feel way safer at a theme park than I do at one of those fucking carnival caboolture show fucking fate things.
I feel safer on water slides than anything else.
Oh, fuck that. Like, I'll go on them, like, and most of them I'm fine with, but I think there's been more people die on water slides than there has on roller coasters.
I'm never going to any theme park ever again. I can't handle...
No, but see, the thing is, man, there's more chance of you... Like, this is... Like, when I have been scared of a ride before, like, one of the things I'll think about is just straight facts. Straight fucking facts, cunt. You can't fucking beat a fact. You got more chance of dying on your car ride there or car ride home than on one of their rides. So why the fuck are you not worried about fucking that and shitting yourself to get in your car, but you're shitting yourself to get on this ride? Fuck, get on the ride.
True.
Even if you're scared on it, you're not gonna fucking, like, the worst case scenario, you faint.
Your body fucking shuts off and you're fine.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. Same as being choked out.
Like everything that I've been on, like I found a little bit of fun in it.
I'll
but
never blame
still,
someone
like,
for not
fuck
getting
that,
on
man.
it, on a ride or anything like that, or not doing something that they just don't want to do. I'll never blame someone for that, because it's just how you feel. You can't. And one day I might be faced with something that I can't push through. I never know. So I can't blame someone for not doing something that they don't want to do.
No, you can't judge because everyone's different, man.
You know, like, if someone, like, and like, it's, there's a limit to everything.
There's a limited knowledge that goes into fucking how to fix these zippy tie mechanics.
Yeah, there's a calculated risk in everything.
But that
like,
being
I'm not going to go
said-
do anything stupid and be like, no, I pushed through my fear. No, like, I'm, like,
You're rational about it.
rational about it. Like,
Yeah.
to me, skydiving is fucking, seems like it would be amazing. But I would be shitting myself doing it.
Mm.
Or like, I'd be on that, if I was in a plane, no one was going to jump out of it. The whole way up, I'd be shitting myself. But I know I would jump out. I know.
Once you do it.
I know I would do it.
I wouldn't. No fucking way. Listen to last
But,
week's episode.
like,
no
it's-
fucking way.
It's not like, well, I'm not trying to convince you or anything. But, like, for me, that has been done. There's been people die doing it.
But there's been thousands and thousands and
Of
thousands of people
successful
that fucking
jumps.
love it. And there's been, yeah.
But, like, I just, like, for that, like, with all the safety and physics and shit that goes behind it, I feel confident. Well, not necessarily confident, but I feel good at taking that risk. It's, to me, that's not the same as fucking jumping out for one of those fucking glide and wingsuits.
Or base jumping.
Which are still proven to be usable, but there's a lot more fucking things that can go wrong. And you should be like, you can't just go do that. Like,
you need
gotta
experience
yeah.
with fucking skydiving and shit like that.
I think there's a
first.
certain amount of base jumping you have to do before you can use a wingsuit.
Oh, dude, if you even get out of fucking base jumping,
Which is hectic.
like my mum's stepbrother died from base jumping.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, it's fucking legit. Like, it's a risk. It's a calculated risk, and if you die doing it, then you're remembered for doing what you love doing, which was chasing the fucking thrill. That's fine. Some people have that with pokies, and they lose all their money.
Yeah.
For me, thrill is biggest fish in the ocean on the end of a 6-pound line.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Calculated risk. Spend $200 on a rig. Probably fucking 13 to 20 bucks on lures. Possibly lose those lures. Possibly not catch fish for another 4 trips. Still calculated risk because I didn't die.
Yeah.
No, it's still calculated risk because eventually I'm going to catch fish.
Yeah. I think we're at that point now too. Like, we've done our fishing apprenticeships. We've...
In certain species.
Honestly. Like,
certain species.
Estuaries. If the fish are there, we catch them. It's just that we fucking, either fucking green too much or we fucking drink a little bit too much and then we sleep in a little bit and we head out a bit later and we miss the fucking right time to be there. But if it's the right time, the right tide, and the fish are there, we're cleaning up.
That first spot, man, I think when I get a chance, I'm going to go out there, pump yabbies, and go and sit in that first spot in the shade for the morning, and then go out in the sun in the arvo and do lures. I reckon that'd just be a nice
getting that
day.
nice shade, and you're kind of sheltered in that creek,
a little gas cooker out or something like that. You could make breakfast. I'd be sick.
Or even staying out there overnight.
Imagine taking your missus out to that little spot, sitting there in the morning with her making breakfast.
Big fucking flathead on the line. Early morning flatty.
Yeah, you might not even have to break out the bacon and eggs. You might have fussy for brekkie.
Sign me in. Flatocephalus in the morning, you fucking sure? Yeah.
Oh.
We're flicking Z-Man. Oh, no, we're not flicking Z-Man. We're flicking fucking whole prawns, baby.
We're flicking all of it. We're flicking any lure that is proven to work.
Look at these three peonies.
We will wrap these whole prawns because they're beautiful.
Look at these 3 peonies underneath. This lure wants to fuck, but not me, not you. Flathead.
Or a dew, or a brim, or a threadfin salmon.
How good is it when you can get to a fishing spot where you catch fish, you are shaded, you're sheltered from the fucking wind, you can drift slow as fuck, and just have that, like, that. We didn't catch nothing, obviously, but the tides were a bit fucked because the moon's been a bit full, by the way, because the moon has gravitational effects on the water. Look your shit up.
And currents.
That's why everything's been a bit out of whack, because the moon's just going like, I'm here.
The moon's just like flexing and like, yeah, a big briny flex. Like Hulk Hogan.
Brother, put a banana in a protein shake, brother.
Yeah, what's like one of the funniest segments ever when fucking Shawn Michaels pretends to be Hulk Hogan.
I've never seen it, but...
Oh, it's hilarious because his arms are tiny.
Yeah.
It just makes it so funny.
He's San Antonio's favourite son. He's allowed to look the way that he wants to look and gets the bitches because he fucks. And that's Shawn Michaels. That's sweet chin music.
That's fine, but it's just...
But with that being said, episode 44 of the podcast is brought to you by...
TDK.collective.
There you go. We got some more videos coming out. We've been doing a lot of filming recently. We've been fishing a lot. Bear with us. The next episode will probably be in 2 weeks from this day. It'll be on a Thursday, 6:30 p.m. We'll keep you posted. The link will be in the fucking description of this. All you people that watched it by far, thank you so much. The next 5 subscribers to this podcast or TDK, we'll send you some stickers. We'll hook you up. If you want to come fishing, DM us. DM us if you want to come fishing. Stu Lit, Instagram.
Free guide.
Lou Vicious, Instagram. You want to come fishing? Talk to me, bro. Let's go out.
We really appreciate you all.
Yeah. Fucking, that's really all I got to say. Yeah. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Tony and Keith. We can't change that. That was the OG name, Tony and Keith. But we rebranded TDK.collective. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. This podcast is also brought to you by
DJRdesignz.
Yeah. You're starting a business, you don't know what you're looking for, you don't really have, or maybe you got an idea of a colour scheme or something that you want to work with, but you don't have the artistical know-how. to actually make the product that you're trying to put into the universe.
Sorry.
DJRdesignz. On Instagram, at DJRdesignz. Hit her up with any ideas. If you want a family photo redone, if you want business cards or a logo, hit her up. She's a beautiful human. We love her here at Limbah Podcast. DJRdesignz with the Z. That is DJRdesignz with a
Z.
Thank you. And with that, yeah. Thanks for watching. All I've got to say is Halt Prawns drop tomorrow, and I'm gonna empty the fucking wallet.
Saltwater yabbies are out, boys.
James fucking Halt, you've got diesel money for another week.
Saltwater yabbies are out, and
salt water.
I think me and my friends might make them. We might take over the new bestseller. You know, we could turn this one, get this one above the white spot.
Honestly, shout out Hot Prawns, Hot Productions.
Oh, he's
never caught nothing on a fucking white spot. Sorry.
Haha. Well, thank yous a lot for making your rules, because
you
catch
job,
fish
boys.
on them.
Shout out. That's all from me.
Shout out to Makeup by Riley. Fucking check her out. She's a good chick. My younger sister. Yeah. Hit her up if you want fucking got an event or something that you want makeup done for. Yeah. She'll probably give you a free trial and all that sort of shit. So, yeah, give it a go. And above all else, fucking get out, learn how to fish. Grab yourself a hobby. It's good for you. It's good for the soul. Stealing cars has never helped anyone, so don't do that. Have a good one.
Hello.